Hey guys, welcome back. It's now day 5 on my sports podcast. And happy Easter to everyone. I hope you enjoyed your holidays with your family, with your friends, anywhere. As long as you're happy in what you're doing. Just like me, I really enjoy, talking to you guys. But it's already day 5 of my podcast. Wow. So fast, super fast. I started out in February, now it's already day 5. We're getting there. We're getting close. Thank you guys for the support. It's been a week since I haven't had a podcast, so thank you for the support, to the friends that's been, willing me to be still fighting and still being happy about creating more podcasts. You know who you are. Really thank you. But let's not make this intro longer. Let's go to the main event, or should I say my podcast. Really thank you guys. The link would be down below. I hope you like it. Subscribe, like. If you want to watch a full video, the link would be there. I will be posting this on Facebook. I hope you give it a thumbs up. A dislike would be accepted, of course. We're not perfect. But we get so many failures, but that's how we evolve as a human being. So rejection makes us stronger. Let's start. So guys, the UEFA Champions League has been trimmed down to the 4 teams remaining. It all started out in 32, started out at 16, it cut down to 8, now it's up to 4 teams. It's been a really long season, but wow, it's ending in a very, very close race to a Champions League. Not only the Champions League, in many more leagues. That's why, for me, football this season has been more competitive than last season. Italy, England, France, and Germany, all the top leagues are now, also in Spain, are having a close run to their very own league race and cup races too. But as of now, we're going to be focusing on the Champions League, my own Liverpool, and their road to the quadruple, and the Europa League. Only a short preview of the Europa League. Let's now start with the Champions League. I'll start with Man City versus Madrid. Wow, this was a fantastic finish. Should I say a very, very grueling and gruesome end to the match. We all know that Man City won against Atletico Madrid 1-0, only 1-0, and that was the aggregate score, and that was in the first leg where they scored, and that was Kevin De Bruyne, KDB, who scored their goal. This ended in a brawl between some players that didn't get along, hard fouls, even the managers got into it. And after the match, I just can feel the pain of Atletico Madrid. They came up too short, just a little bit short. They have the players, but Man City's defense is just all the way up. But I'm really happy that Atletico Madrid gave it a show. Not many teams can contain Man City outside England, except for Liverpool, of course. But yes, Man City are into the semifinals. Next up, we have Villarreal versus Bayern. Wow, this is really the fixture that I thought would be one-sided to Bayern, but I am wrong. Football has proven me wrong once again. Sometimes it's not about the big clubs, it's not about the player with the highest value, highest rating, big names. No, it's not all about that. It's all about heart. It's all about heart in football today. So Villarreal won against Bayern 2-1. In the first leg, it was 1-0 in favor of Villarreal. And this time around, Bayern got the first goal, but a late goal by Chukwueze, the African, a late goal slays the German out of European contention. Yes, yes. Bayern Munich, a multiple winner of the Champions League, a 2020 Champions League winner, out. They have the biggest names in football. Their squad, they're also young, but Villarreal just showed us money and Spain and players sometimes can't go exist if you don't play with heart in football. Just goes to show you how tough Villarreal are, how underdog they are, and how less populated they are, because Villarreal town population in Spain, this is only a short information to you guys. Villarreal only has 50,000 people living in a small town in Spain. Just how shocking is that? When you compare it to Bayern, it's almost million population, and their stadium, 50,000, almost 70,000, can already be seen that Bayern has a majority of fans than Villarreal. But Villarreal showed travel all the way from Spain, supported their club, and has to be proud of what they've done and advanced to the semis. Hats off to Villarreal. So, yeah. Speaking of underdog, also a very underdog story for Benfica. Nobody expected them to be, reaching the round of 16, and they got Ajax underway the round of 16, but Ajax that time was undefeated in the group stage. But Benfica showed their composure, their hunger to the game, their heart to the game, their passion, and they got the job done against Ajax. And just a few days ago, they went up with Liverpool in a 3-3 draw, but that was just short because Liverpool already scored the 3 goals at the away leg. I know the away goal rules has been removed, but the first leg was 3-1 in favor of Liverpool, and the second leg it was 3-3, a draw. Late heroics from Benfica. So that draw against Benfica put hope on Liverpool's road to a quadruple. 4 trophies. We already have the League Cup, the FA Cup is loading, Champions League, we're in the semis, and the Premier League, we're second. We're in a dog race with Manchester City. But Liverpool has been, a team on the rise. We didn't start the season well, but now we're on the verge of winning anything that can be won in England. And with the likes of Konate, Bobby Firmino, and Tsimikas, also Thiago Alcantara, and everyone in Liverpool has been blooming, especially this tie against Benfica. So that's why I'm so happy that they were able to coexist. Jurgen Klopp, the manager of Liverpool, he has been able to mix it up, put the right rotations in the squad, and now Liverpool are in the semifinals against Villarreal. 6-4. Hats off to Liverpool. They're also in the FA Cup final, and later we're gonna preview who their opponent is. And yes, it's on to the next one. On to the next picture in the Champions League, Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Out of all the fixture, even though I support Liverpool, I was shocked with Villarreal versus Bayern. It got a little bit spicy between Man City and Madrid, but Real Madrid and Chelsea had everything. 3-1 first leg, second leg 3-2 in favor of Chelsea, but the damage has been done. But let's just see the perspective point of Chelsea. They started off the season good. Injuries struck them, and in February, the sanctions of the UK government gave them a hard time coping up with fans and the players but Thomas Tuchel just remained just focused on his goal. They even reached the Carabao Cup final, and now they're gonna be reaching the FA Cup final. And yes, Chelsea versus Liverpool in another dogfight in Wembley. So let's just save that for a bit. But yeah, it's just Real Madrid just didn't give up. Benzema, Modric, ageless, they've been legends in Real Madrid, wearing the gold and white. Just Chelsea coming back, scoring an early goal, changed the atmosphere in Santiago Bernabeu. We all thought that, Real Madrid is gonna be, they're gonna play defensively. They have already 1 foot in the semi-final. But they just didn't give that to Real Madrid. We all know that. We all know Real Madrid is a very big club, but good players, high-class players, but just they couldn't contain Chelsea. But then the late stages, that is where Benzema and Modric got the job done with their experience, with the tenacity, how they cope up with their young players. This is what you do, this is what you're gonna do. And also their manager, Carlo Ancelotti, by the way, fantastic manager. He showed his class everywhere he goes. So having the right pieces, and now Real Madrid are in their 10th semifinals out of 12 seasons. Wow. Just missed twice in the last decade. That's magnificent. But still a valiant effort for Chelsea. Gotta take their hats off to them. They're going into the FA Cup final with obviously the hungriest team in England. They want to win that FA Cup because they want something to be celebrated. Remove that UK government sanction that has been traumatizing fans for them. Yeah, we will see that in the other aspect. But as of now, yes, that is the Champions League fixture. Champions League preview on what happened at the last match day. So next match day will be in April 27, I think. Yeah, April 27. Yeah. So it will be Liverpool versus Villarreal. Yes, don't underestimate Villarreal now. I'm a Liverpool fan. And I'm a little bit anxious and nervous that this team has nothing to lose. They're gonna go out there with no chip on their shoulder. They have nothing to lose. They're gonna go in there ready to fight it out, and maybe they have a chance. But let's see. There's still a whole lot of story left for them. So, meanwhile, the other side, we have a Real Madrid versus Man City. So as you can see, guys, it will be an England versus Spain matchup at the Champions League semifinals. Yes. Real Madrid, 12-time winner. Manchester City, still aiming for that final piece that they really, really want in the trophy cabinet. They have Pep Guardiola, but we all know Pep Guardiola has been a world-class manager, but since then, he hasn't proven his worth in the Champions League, in European stage, since he didn't have Messi, Iniesta, PK, Xavi, and other more world-class players. But now that he has Man City, a club that has like an amount of value, a high amount of value for the players, they're worth, it's like almost €1 billion that the worth of Manchester City right now. But versus Real Madrid, a world-class players versus a team with also world-class players, but just couldn't even manage how to beat Chelsea last season. Well, we may never know, but let's just see. Still unpredictable. Real Madrid, Man City, but I just think that Real Madrid have an higher edge against Manchester City because they've been here 10 times out of 12, and Manchester City is still, in the rebuild process. They want to have, and they've been struggling lately, and I think it will be very hard for them to cope with Real Madrid. But in the first leg, I think, in my opinion, only a prediction, I think they're gonna go down to Real Madrid in the first leg because they're, for me, unready, and they have the injuries. Yes, injuries also take a big part in football. And yes, they have also injuries like Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Diaz, and Ederson are not 100%. So it will be a challenge. It will be a challenge, and it will be an exciting fixture. It's a race for the Champions League that will be held in the final. Whoever wins on those two legs, 4 matches, 4 teams, 1 prize. Oh my. Since the Champions League is done, let's just remove the Champions League and let's now go to the Europa League. Only a quick preview. Let's just keep it short. So that's the Champions League. Go to the Europa League. Also a fantastic finish in the Europa League. They have Atalanta and Leipzig, who battled it out in the quarterfinals. Yes, it's also the quarterfinals in the Europa League. Atalanta going down to Leipzig 1-3 on aggregate. Lyon, West Ham. Yes, Lyon and West Ham. Sometimes I've heard that English teams struggled in Europe, especially in Europa League, that they can't even win a trophy, the Europa League. And for the last decade, there has been only one winner of the Europa League, and that is Chelsea. Arsenal came close but couldn't. So only Chelsea have won this trophy in the last decade. And can West Ham repeat it? Well, in my opinion, they're good. They have a top form Declan Rice, Jared Bowen, David Moyes. Yes, they're in a good position, but especially that you went to Lyon in France, a hostile environment, and scored 3 goals in that game. Impressive. So they won 1-4, and Rangers, a team in Scotland, defeating FC Braga 3-2 on aggregate. By the way, this went to extra time. Rangers versus FC Braga. And now the final one is, this shocked me a bit. Barcelona versus Frankfurt in Germany. It's really, it's really seldom that we see Barcelona go down to small clubs team. But I'm not gonna say Frankfurt is a small club, but when you compare Frankfurt to Barcelona in a European stage, just how many times Barcelona have won in Europe, and against Frankfurt, on the rise, nothing to lose, a middle club team in, not a top club team in Germany, because they're also struggling in Bundesliga right now. Go out there, go to Spain, splash and just crush Camp Nou with their fans in attendance. 30,000 fans attending in an away game. That's crazy. I mean, I know Camp Nou is a big stadium, full capacity crowd is almost 80,000 plus, but I just didn't see some Barcelona fans coordinating and shouting. Those all Frankfurt fans. That's why sometimes they say football without, or sports without fans is nothing. Yes, it's still much more entertaining to see the fans out there supporting their respective clubs. That's why for me, Barcelona on the road to what we call the Xavi the Messi post era, the Xavi rebuilding era, I think it's still on the rise, but this shocked me a bit. And I think they know they got their homeworks done. They're gonna be much more better next season. And I know they were the favorites to lift the trophy, but now I think they have to settle for a tough finish. No trophy for them this season. It will be very difficult for Barcelona to take, but next season is always gonna be a better one. They'll learn that it's hard to be in a rebuilding era or rebuilding possession in football right now. And Frankfurt won 4-3. In just halftime, it was already 2-0. So it was already, very shocking that Frankfurt have been very aggressive at the start. So, fixture for the Europa League is Leipzig versus Rangers in the semifinals, and Frankfurt versus West Ham. So, yeah, so it would be a, should I say, United Kingdom type of game versus Germany versus United Kingdom and the Europa League. So that's it. Europa League going down, boiling down to the smallest of margins. No errors should be done now. If you're the team, Leipzig, Rangers, or Frankfurt or West Ham, this is the time to at least win something for the fans. And finally winning it in Europe, the second most prestigious trophy in Europe, is going to be tougher. But it's going to be exciting. Still very unpredictable because 4 teams are very capable of winning. So that's it for guys for the Champions League and the Europa League. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. Yes, there you go. I know the NBA is already starting, and I said to myself, I would want to cover up the NBA, but with the less time, the hassle, lack of equipment, I'm only using my phone, it's gonna be hard, but I'll try my best. Maybe next week I'll be uploading another video. But really guys, really with the bottom of my heart, thank you for everyone who's saying that I should keep this up. You have a future. We're still gonna supporting you. There are only few of them, but you know who you are. Once again, I'm gonna be ending this because I know you don't wanna watch some long podcast. I know some of you just don't even watch. I know some of you, but I'm really trying my best to update you and share with you what I know. Sharing is caring, right? So once again, thank you guys.